Alright mate, how you doing and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be continuing the Accumulate series. Last episode I took on FIFA and Chris MD trying to guess the correct results of the Premier League fixtures. Today we're going to be doing the same thing for the New Year's Day fixtures. Every team is in action on New Year's Day, and as usual I'm going to be taking on FIFA 15, who's going to be simulating the games, predicting the scores. I'm going to be guessing them, and I'm also going to be taking on a new contestant, my brother. Over the years, me and Seb have had a lot of different battles when it comes to football. This is just one in a number of challenges. Who's going to win it? We're going to find out very soon. But before we get into that, we need to take a look at the league table. Now, Chris MD had an unbelievable week last week. His debut on the show. He got 7 out of 10 predictions correct, which is unbelievable. A 70% correct score that gives him, which puts him straight to the top of the leaderboard, pushing me and FIFA down, who are now on the exact same correct guesses out of our... Well, we've had quite a lot of predictions, to be fair, because we've been in every single episode. There is now a second half to the leaderboard. You can see it currently only has Tiger, my brother's dog, on there, but there will be more people in that second or the bottom half of the leaderboard as we move on through the series. But to kick things off now, let's take a look at what FIFA thinks will happen in the New Year's Day fixtures. Then we're going to hear Seb's predictions, and then we're going to hear mine. Let's go. Okay, here we go, starting things off at Stoke versus Man United, and you will not believe what FIFA thinks is going to happen here. Starting things off with an Ornautovic goal, pretty naughty finish actually, but it doesn't finish there. Not just one goal for Stoke, 2 goals for Stoke. The youth, of all people, gets the second goal, making it 2-0, and United are going to struggle in this fixture according to FIFA. Controversial indeed. EA says 2-0 to Stoke. Game number 2, Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace. Nice little bit of football here from Villa, setting up Benteke. Cheeky near post finish. They're going 1-0 up against Palace at home. And that's the way EA thinks it will finish. Aston Villa to beat Crystal Palace 1-0. Game number 2 is Hull versus Everton. Leighton Baines with the ball, puts it into Lukaku, who bangs it. Cheeky finish on his left foot. Look at this, here's a replay. Bang. Oh, hello. And then in the last few minutes of the game, Everton double their lead after McCarthy keeps the ball in the box, passes to Barkley, who passes to McGeady, back to McCarthy. Cheeky football in the opposition box, that's naughty. And they get a second goal, and it ends up 2-0 to Everton away. Everything's going wrong for Hull right now. Liverpool versus Leicester is our first bore draw 0-0 of the simulation, and if you've been watching a few accumulates, you know we normally have a few of these, so a point apiece for Liverpool-Leicester. Manchester City versus Sunderland, according to EA, is going to be another big upset, perhaps a bigger upset than Stoke beating United, because Man City are at home, and according to EA, the Manchester teams are not doing well in today's simulation. And you know what, it doesn't end there, because Lee Catamole pops up with the second goal of the game. What is going on for Manchester? I know they're light in the striker region at the moment, but they should be able to beat Sunderland at home. But according to EA, they're going to lose the game 2-0. Newcastle versus Burnley was 0-0 for 90 minutes until in the last seconds of the game, Danny Ings takes it down. And we know this guy knows where the goal is. He can score any day of the week, any time of day, and that's what he does. An absolute heartbreak of a goal. Newcastle lose at home against Burnley, according to FIFA. QPR Swansea is going to be another boring 0-0 draw, no goals and just 1 point each, according to EA on that one. And the bore draws do not finish there. You know, they're like London buses. When they come in this simulation part of Accumulate, they tend to come in multiple numbers. Southampton-Arsenal is going to be another 0-0. And it's a big game, Southampton-Arsenal, both competing for top 4, but neither team will be able to get the win. West Ham versus West Brom is my team, and guess what? Again, it's another 0-0. FIFA thinks that we're not going to be able to beat West Brom at home. I don't know about that, mate. Apparently, it's going to be 0-0. Let's hope not, though. And the last game to predict is probably the biggest game of New Year's Day. It's Tottenham versus Chelsea. Spurs will be looking to take some points off the league leaders, but they're not going to have much luck according to EA. Diego Costa makes it 1-0 with a tidy little finish inside the box. And then, in the dying embers of the game, they go and score another one. Diego Costa holds the ball up well, lays it back to Oscar. Bang! That went through the legs of Lloris. Let's have another look at that. Look at this. Oh, nuts. How do you feel about that one? So, 2-0 to Chelsea away at Tottenham, according to EA. That's the way it's going to finish. Now, let's hear from my brother Seb.
Hi guys, right, first time for me on Accumulate, taking the place of my dog Tiger, who's let the family down a little bit thus far, so I need to see if I can do a little bit better. First game, Stoke Man United. I think that United have got their injury troubles almost behind them now, a few big names coming back. Stoke obviously are a difficult team to beat and they're playing at home, but I can't see past the Man United win here. Villa Palace. Villa battled well with 10 men so in their last game, so I actually fancy them to get the points at home today. I think going to go for a Villa win. Hull Everton's a tricky one. Everton don't look the same side that they've looked the last few years recently, but Hull are terrible. So I'm probably I think Hull need to get a result at some point. I'm going to go for Steve Bruce to get himself a point. Liverpool-Leicester. Had the pleasure of going to the West Ham-Leicester game recently, and Leicester were unlucky to get beaten 2-0, to be honest, as hard as I used to say. I think this is going to be a draw. City Sunderland are going to be fuming about Burnley losing 2-0 up. That's just unacceptable when you go for the title. So they're going to bounce back with a big win. Newcastle Burnley. I'm going to say Burnley to have run out of steam a little bit, getting that battle back against City. So Newcastle to take the points. I actually am really enjoying the way QPR are playing at the moment, apart from Charlie Austin, because everyone in the world has him in their dream team apart from me, which is really doing my head in. But they're playing well, and I actually think they're going to get a win here. QPR to win. Southampton Arsenal. Southampton and West Ham are doing a yo-yo at the moment. I'm fortunate to see them overtake the Irons again. So I think I'm more hopeful than anything, but I'm hoping that Arsenal will get the win here. Arsenal away, 3 points please. Okay, I wouldn't be a real fan if when it comes to the Hammers I couldn't back them at home, especially after 2 defeats. I think we played well against Arsenal. West Brom are horrific at the moment, so West Ham to bounce back with a big 3 points. The final game, Spurs versus Chelsea. Chelsea are probably my second favourite team in the Premier League, a distant second I might say, and Spurs would be my 20th team in the Premier League. So I am going to be supporting and expecting a away win for Mourinho's men. Okay, so all our predictions are now in, and I've got to say, we don't agree on much at all. There's a lot of differences of opinion here. Stoke versus United, I think it's going to be a draw. I think Stoke are a hard team to beat, but Man United aren't going to lose the match, like FIFA thinks. Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, we do all agree on this one. We all think it's going to be a home win for Villa. Hull versus Everton, I think Everton are going to get some points away. Hull are really struggling right now. I think Everton are going to add insult to injury. Liverpool versus Leicester, I'm the only one that thinks Liverpool can get a home win against the bottom of the league. Liverpool fans, how do you feel? Man City versus Sunderland, you've got to tip Man City to take all 3 points at home at the Etihad. That's exactly what I think will happen. Likewise, I think Newcastle are going to get a home win against Burnley. QPR though, I think they could slip up and we could see an away win for Swansea in that fixture. Southampton versus Arsenal is going to be a tight one. I think it's going to be a draw. I think West Ham, my boys, are going to get 3 points. We're going to bounce back after 2 difficult losses against big teams. We should be able to take 3 points off West Brom. And finally, the big match of New Year's Day, Spurs versus Chelsea. I think it's going to be a draw. That is it for this episode of Accumulate, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. What do you think of my predictions? Seb's predictions? FIFA's predictions? Who do you think is going to get the most right this week? Let me know your predictions in the comments below. And don't forget, this series is sponsored by the Fantasy Football Exchange. There's a link in the description. Make sure you head over there and make your fantasy football team. I know normally you do it at the start of the season, but the good thing about this site is it doesn't actually matter because you can create shorter leagues just for a set period of time, like a few game weeks or a month or just from now until the end of the season. So it means you can pick it up and leave it as you wish. I've got my team. I'm doing all right actually, and my league's hotting up quite a lot, so I look forward to seeing some of you over there on the Fantasy Football Exchange, and I'll see you in another episode of Accumulate. More in real life football videos coming soon, as well as the normal FIFA. New Football Manager episode will be up tomorrow, so I hope you like it. If you've enjoyed this video, please drop a like, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you on the next one. Don't go changing.